welcome to eri-tv editorial. I am Victoria, broadcasting from Canada, and these are the top stories. 20 million risk starvation as Horn of African drought worsen. Eritrea opposes UK on asylum deal to Rwanda. Bringing you these in detail after the short break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back from that short break. Now, news in detail. The extreme drought has left the Horn of Africa on the verge of a humanitarian catastrophe. 20 million people are at risk of starvation this year as delayed rains worsen an already brutal drought in Kenya, Somalia and Ethiopia. For months, extreme drought has left the Horn of Africa on the verge of a humanitarian catastrophe, destroying crops and livestock and forcing huge numbers of people to leave their homes in search of food and water. 6 million Somalis, almost half of the population, are facing an extreme level of food crisis, and there is a very real risk of famine in the coming month if current conditions prevail. WFP said in Kenya, 500,000 people are on the brink of a hunger crisis, with communities in the north of the country especially at risk due to their reliance on livestock. The number of Kenyans in need of assistance has risen more than fourfold in less than 2 years. Meanwhile, malnutrition rate in drought-hit southern and sub-Saharan Ethiopia have surged above emergency threshold, while the north of the country has been in the grip of a 17-month war between government forces and Tigrayan rebels. The conditions have been exacerbated by the conflict in Ukraine, which has contributed to soaring food and fuel costs and disrupted global supply chains. In 2017, East Africa endured harrowing drought, but early humanitarian action averted a famine in Somalia. In contrast, 260,000 people, half of them children below the age of 6, died of hunger or hunger-related disorders when a famine struck the country 6 years earlier. Experts say extreme weather events are happening with increased frequency and intensity due to climate change. Moving on to the next story, Eritrea opposes UK on asylum deal to Rwanda. Eritrea said it opposed to the UK plan to send illegal migrants to Rwanda. The African country in the statement said that the recent agreement between Rwanda and the United Kingdom is resettle refugees. Eritrea says that the agreement aims to cover up the root causes of the surge of human trafficking, as some countries are pursuing strategic depopulation policies against other countries for ulterior political motives, and this plan should be strongly opposed and condemned. This cheap and unethical scheme apparently lured African countries into complicity through financial incentives. This comes after the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Church of England's highest cleric, has criticized the British government plan to send asylum seekers to Rwanda to process their claims for refuge. This is where I end the editorial on eri-tv. I am Victoria, and thanks for watching.